They called it the Drowning Pool, a name whispered with unease among the locals. People swore it had a life of its own, pulling in the unsuspecting and leaving behind only silence. But one group of friends refused to believe in ghost stories. What they found when they ventured there would change their lives forever. In the quiet town of Silver Hollow, nestled deep in the woods, lay a cursed pond known as the Drowning Pool. Legends spoke of souls trapped beneath its dark waters, their cries heard on moonless nights. The water never reflected the sky, only a bottomless black abyss. For years, teenagers dared each other to visit the pool, but most returned terrified, or didn't return at all. Despite the warnings, 5 friends, Lena, Josh, Emma, Mark, and Sarah, decided to debunk the legend. Armed with flashlights and a camera, they set off one fateful night. The walk to the pool was eerily silent, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Lena, the group's skeptic, led the way, laughing at their unease. "It's just a pond," she said, but even her bravado faltered when they reached it. The pool was unnaturally still, its surface like a sheet of black glass. No frogs croaked, no insects buzzed. The air felt heavy, suffocating. Josh aimed his flashlight across the water, but the beam seemed to get swallowed by the darkness. Emma shivered. "It doesn't feel right. Let's just go back." "Scared already?" Mark teased, though his voice betrayed his nervousness. Lena rolled her eyes and dared Josh to throw a rock into the water. He obliged, the stone making a hollow plunk. The ripples spread, but instead of fading, they grew, circles overlapping and colliding until the water seemed to boil. Suddenly, a cold breeze swept through, carrying with it a faint sound, a woman's voice singing a mournful tune. The friends froze. "Did you hear that?" Sarah whispered. "It's just the wind," Lena insisted, but her pale face betrayed her fear. Josh raised his camera to film. Through the lens, the water appeared different, cloudy, almost alive. He gasped as a shadow moved beneath the surface, too large to be a fish. Emma grabbed his arm. "Turn it off, now!" But Josh was transfixed. "There's something there," he muttered. The singing grew louder, and the friends realized it wasn't coming from the pool. It was surrounding them, echoing through the trees. Panic set in as Sarah screamed, pointing to the water. A hand, a pale, bony hand, reached out, its fingers impossibly long, grasping at the air. The friends stumbled back, but the hand wasn't alone. More hands emerged, clawing at the edge of the pool, dragging waterlogged bodies behind them. Their faces were twisted in eternal agony, mouths open in silent screams. Lena shouted, "Run!" But the forest seemed to close in around them. The path they came from had vanished, replaced by gnarled trees and a thick mist. Mark tripped and fell, his flashlight rolling to the edge of the pool. He scrambled to grab it, but a cold, wet hand clamped around his wrist. He screamed as he was dragged toward the water, his nails clawing at the dirt. Josh and Lena grabbed him, pulling with all their strength. For a moment, it seemed they might save him, but then the unseen force yanked harder. Mark let out a final blood-curdling scream as he disappeared beneath the surface. The water stilled, leaving only Mark's flashlight blinking weakly on the shore. The remaining 4 ran, not caring where, only desperate to escape. The singing followed them, growing louder, more distorted. Finally, they burst out of the forest, collapsing onto the road. When they turned back, the trees were still, the path clear. The drowning pool lay hidden once more, its secrets intact. Only 3 made it home that night. Josh returned days later, wandering out of the woods, incoherent and trembling. He never spoke of what happened, and the footage on his camera was corrupted, except for one frame, a pale face staring directly into the lens, its eyes hollow and black. What do you think lies beneath the drowning pool? Is it cursed? Or is there a logical explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this chilling tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our next terrifying story on Haunting Corner.